Hello, I am Jan from Prague, the Czech Republic, and in this video we will explore the Xiaomi 15 Ultra, which has really impressive specifications. A 1-inch main sensor, a remarkable floating lens for close-ups, and a 200 megapixel periscopic telephoto lens. I'll show you all of this with around 200 test photos taken in the streets of Prague and Barcelona. Let's get started. What you'll see in this video. First, we will summarize the main technical specifications of this mobile phone and what lenses, sensors, functions and key settings it has. And then we'll use the 200 photos taken in the Czech Republic and Spain to show you what exactly the Xiaomi 15 Ultra has to offer. I suggest that we start, as always, with the overview of the lenses and sensors. Obviously, one of the most important features of this mobile phone is the main lens and main sensor. It is so-called 1-inch sensor, and it means that its physical size is really big as compared to more ordinary mobile phones. And the quality of photos, the details you have, is just amazing. And even if you shoot at night, the results would be really, really impressive. Here in the night of Prague or in Barcelona. And some more photos from Barcelona and the main lens and main sensor. One important note, last generation had variable aperture that allowed us to change the depth of field in the photos. And it's not here. Frankly, I do not miss it much, but to a certain extent, it was a great tool. For me personally, what I like even more is the second one, the second telephoto lens, which has 70 millimeters, 50 megapixels, and it's so-called floating lens, which actually defines its structure and it gives the lens the option to shoot photos like that with amazingly blurred background. Let me just stress that that type of shots is not done by portrait mode, because you are typically use that if the background is blurred, that it would probably be done by algorithms of the mobile phone. But no, that is not the case here. That is really optics, which does that shots. And again, when you read about that mobile phone, you'll read about the main 1-inch sensor and telephoto 200 megapixels lens. We'll get to it soon. But for me, this simple lens is the tool for really experienced photographers. Some more details, my favorite peacocks and background blur. Of course, you do not need to blur the background. You can use it for shots like that. And again, of course, because it's 70 millimeters, it's a great tool for portraits, like here from MWC Fair in Barcelona. Then there is the third lens, third sensor, which is ultra wide, and it will serve for shots like that when you are able to squeeze a lot of information, a lot of landscapes or cities into the frame. Here, famous cathedral in Barcelona, or that in the middle here in Prague. And please do not underestimate the power of ultra-wide lenses. And some more great examples, famous Lennon's Wall here in Prague. And what I'm not even mentioning is the quality of processing, the quality of pictures, because of course we are here speaking about a flagship mobile phone. So obviously the quality of the shots and the work with colors and lights, it's really impressive. And here comes the final lens, final sensor, which is telephoto lens with 200 megapixel sensor. And of course it is important to mention that the huge sensor means that you are able to zoom to really huge distances. We'll get to it in a couple of minutes. But we should not forget that the greatest tool that would be in the area about 10, say, or 20, like here, when, yes, you are using digital zoom at that moment, but the quality of the sensor allows you to do that, and you are just able to get shots like that. It's digital zoom, yes, but the quality is really, really, really very reasonable. Even here, when we are zooming towards about 30, of course, you should not overdo it, because then the quality can go dramatically down, as you can see, for instance, here. But again, for the normal walk in the streets of Prague, that is just amazing tool as well, because you see, I'm in a relatively big distance from these creatures. So do not forget to test it, do not forget to play with that, and again, of course, the quality of the photos where you can feel Leica again played quite significant role is quite impressive. And Barcelona, and of course, because we are able to zoom to a distance, that lens will also play a quite important role in portrait. Here again, from MWC in Barcelona. And when we speak about zooming, we are able to start here at 0.6 and go up to 120, which is obviously wild and the quality goes down, but it's still worth experimenting with that sometimes. So we are getting closer and closer and closer, and it's still perfect, still right. And these are details shot at 120. It's a huge distance if you see these photos, and the quality is still there. You should not be using it too much, or you should never be probably using it, but it is interesting when we speak about the technical specifications of the camera. The same here on my favorite testing place here in Prague, and is the starting point, and we are getting closer and closer and closer, and that is 120. Also, thanks to the 200 megapixel sensor. Clock on the famous Prague castle. But of course, not only the hardware counts. Let's review some of the features. You are able to decide, and you have to decide, in fact, whether you'll be using the authentic style or vibrant style. Vibrant, by definition, is like more vivid, more colorful. Please do not forget that that mobile phone has been created in cooperation with Leica. And although I am not a big fan of filters and all these features, you should experiment with the Leica's styles. One more important feature I really like is the ability to shoot into the maximum resolution of the sensor. So it would be 50 in the case of the 3 lenses, or even 200 in the case of the big 200 megapixels telephoto lens. Time to time, it can really be useful. Then do not forget to visit Pro section, and what I can guarantee you will like are these things here, which are presets, which are predefined options, and you are able to set exposure time, ISO, and many other parameters. You are even able, by touching the plus sign, define exactly what you would like to use. And now I suggest we just go through many other photos taken in Prague and Barcelona, and I suggest we start with that amazing shots at night. And it should be stressed that Xiaomi 15 Ultra is really amazing at night photography. Again, it's not something extremely rare. Many other mobiles can do, well, roughly the same. But combination of lenses, the freedom you have, that you are, for a minute you can shoot ultra wide, then you do details, and you still are able to keep the quality, which is amazing, partly thanks to the great hardware and the 1-inch sensor. Extremely powerful tool of that mobile phone is the combination of these 4 lenses. And if you ask me what is the strongest feature of that mobile phone, I would say there are many great mobile phones around, but what is really rare is to have that combination and some more typical beautiful shots from so-called blue hour here in Prague or in Barcelona on the beach. So again, the night photography is something which you should definitely try. And some more photos, some more shots from normal days, normal walk. And I will not tell you which lenses I'm using because I'm not sure. Well, this is ultra wide, of course, and this is the main one. But the power of walking through the streets of Czech Republic or Spain is that you know that the combination just won't let you down. And that, for instance, that beautiful animal here on the bank of Vltava River, we are able to capture it from big distance, from short distance. Background is blurred, but it's not done by digital processes, it's done by optics and the really long distance shots. And as I mentioned, you should set certain limits for you and know where you should not be zooming over, say 30 or something like that. But this is probably around that level and the quality is really, really acceptable. And some more shots from the streets of Prague. Beautiful weather, a lot of sun, and again, the power of strong combinations, zooms, and a lot of colors, a lot of details. And once again, if we just walk through streets of city, what you really like is that you can count on the really good processing of the shots. You won't find situations when the Xiaomi would let you down, because the quality of processing can really be felt here, and colors are great. The work with shadows and lights is amazing. And of course, the optics again play quite important role, like here in the case of these peacocks. And more examples, more details from different angles, different distances. One important detail though, you'll enjoy that mobile phone only if you are sort of experienced photographer and you are able to know how to work with different lenses, different angles, different variations you have in your fingertips. So please, if you are just beginning, be careful a little bit, because that mobile phone might disappoint you, because you just won't be able to get these results out of it without some theory, without knowing at least a little bit about composition. But I just do not want to stress you, but I'm really glad that photographers can get a mobile phone like that, which opens really new opportunities for them. And some more shots from Prague. And of course, I'm not able to forget once more about the 70mm floating lens and that sort of pictures, which I really find unique and extraordinary. So if you ask me to name one reason why you should buy that mobile phone, I would name that lens and that sort of shots. Some more spring shots, and let's say goodbye to the photography part of that video by that creature and that building once more. And finally, like always, let me show you a couple of examples of videos. I am really not good at all in evaluating the quality of videos, so the only thing I can reasonably do is what I am doing right now. So I am showing you some examples of video footage, and it's up to you whether you like it or not. Of course, again, you won't be disappointed, I can guarantee it to you. But again, frankly, I'm really good at evaluating and reviewing the photography side of mobile phones, because that's my world for many, many years. But I hope you are able to see a lot from these examples. So thank you so much for your attention. I hope I gave you some inspiration. Take care. I am Jan from Prague, the Czech Republic.